Hey friends, Rebecca Eloisa here, and today I have another video. Today what I'm going to talk about and be training you in is how to pull the very best timestamps from your long form content and how to write a killer viral worthy title for them. How to pull the creme de la creme of the timestamps from your long form content and how to write the perfect title so that your video can be in front of more eyes and in front of a larger audience. We're talking YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. So if you're interested in that, then keep on watching. Honestly, there's a lot of work that actually goes into choosing the best timestamp, which is why I'm doing this training video. So the quick and dirty, quick and easy, quick and fun way to do this, the very first way, is to actually upload the video to YouTube, let it get some views, and then YouTube will actually tell you which part of the video was most replayed. And if it was something that was replayed, it's because somebody wanted to hear it again or really liked what you had to say, so maybe they went and took some notes. So that's the easiest way. With a lot of my clients, they have a great YouTube following, and so what I'll do is I'll tell my social media managers is no matter what, choose the best clips, but never exclude the clip that has the most replayed, is in the most replayed section. Now, how do you find that? You watch a YouTube video and you click the little timeline, which is, where you can fast forward and rewind, and you'll see a little graph like this. There will be some highs and lows, and the highs are where people watched the most or replayed, and the highest high is where people was the most replayed timestamp. So go onto a YouTube video and try that out. I notice that it usually works with videos that have a good, hefty, healthy number of views. So that's the quick and easy, quick and dirty way. But there is a precise science to all of this. I talk about this a lot whenever I do like talks or trainings. I always talk about the importance of knowing your audience. What does that look like? You want to be able to have an audience avatar. So what is this person's name? Age range? What's their occupation? But most importantly, what are their psychographics? Which are things that you can't necessarily measure. So included in that is their pain points. What keeps them up at night? What do they care about? What are they Googling on Google? You want to create some pretty robust audience profiles as you get more and more data as your accounts grow. And then that's going to inform you on how you can better serve them. So with all my clients, whenever we get a new client, I do a deep dive, a data dive, and create these audience avatars for their audience members and figure out their demographic and their psychographics. Then I actually create a name for them. I imagine what they would look like. I see who else they're following. I kind of stalk them a little bit, their audience members, so that I can get a better sense of what these pain points are and make sure we're not missing anything. And then once you figure out what's important to them, then that's going to let you know what type of content to make. And more importantly, after you do that, what type of content, what kind of timestamps you're gonna pull from your long form content. So you wanna know who your audience is and what their pain points are. You wanna pull what's interesting to your audience, and sometimes that might be different than what's interesting to you. So if you're pulling from your own content, usually what's interesting to you, it will be interesting to your audience. But if you're a social media manager, you may get assigned a client who's in the fitness space, and maybe you don't like working out and you don't like eating healthy. So you aren't in their audience. You have to put yourself mentally in that audience, which is why it's very important to hire a social media manager who has experience in your specific niche and with your specific audience. One of my clients, an amazing client, he is a relationship expert and relationship/dating/life coach, and gets amazing views. So the important thing for him and for the social media manager that collaborates with me on his account is to understand who his audience is. And you know what? They're mainly women, and they're women who are looking for relationship advice. Thus, if they're women looking for relationship and dating advice, I can conclude that these are single women. So if you're that social media manager, you want to understand that even if you're married and happily married and not in the dating pool, you want to take yourself back to when you were single and think of those pain points that you experienced during that time. So for example, there's this pain pain point and the highly debated topic, right person, wrong time. And that hurts. Just saying that, it hurts. I think everybody can probably relate to that, where it's like, is this a cool person, but maybe at different times in my life, or I wish you were older, I wish you were younger, or whatever it may be. And some people believe in it, some people don't. I don't like that idea. But anyways, that's a pain point, right? It gets people talking. It pulls at the heartstrings. And so if my client who deals with single women is talking about right person, wrong time, that's a clip that you're gonna wanna cut, okay? And if we're talking Instagram Reels, Shorts, TikTok, these are 60 seconds or less. I know you can upload more on 2 of those platforms, but I like to keep it short and sweet because we're competing with other videos. You want to keep it short and get your watch time up. Make sure people watch as much of the video as possible. So after you pull what YouTube recommends, after you pull what your audience would like, I have some best practices for the types of clips that you want to pull. So if anything is loud, like for example, if there's an interview between 2 people and the host says, "What? Oh my gosh," and starts going off, like that big reaction is great. It's great for the camera, because imagine if you're an audience member just scrolling through Shorts and it's all these like boring or monotone things, and then suddenly it's like a loud, like, "Oh my gosh," like someone's surprised. That is gonna capture your attention like nothing else. That's one thing. So if someone has like a big reaction, that means something interesting was just said. We don't want just like boring, monotone, blah, 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 unless it's ASMR, because that is pleasing, just comforting. But no. If you're cutting a clip, you want it to be like a reaction, because that's when the energy was the most high in the room. And so you wanna bring that energy through the phone, so your audience member can experience it too. Okie dokie, next one. We want something that has good data. So this is also having to do with some kind of shocking data, because it just captures people's attention. And then the next one, not everyone will agree with this. Some people feel like it's evil. I don't think so. I think it's just marketing. But anything that's controversial, if there's something in your video that you agree on or you believe that you don't think the majority believes with you, or something that's, controversial, I highly recommend cutting that clip and like pulling that timestamp to share on YouTube Shorts or one of these other platforms. And the thing is about controversy, you want to make sure that it's still relevant to your brand. You don't want to just do clickbait stuff. Clickbait is basically when you do a title or something that will draw people in just for the sake of drawing them in without providing them any real value. That can hurt your brand if you're doing it just for attention. You want to make sure that it's in line with your brand. So for example, say you're some type of like diet expert. Right now everyone is into keto and paleo, and you're like, I'm into carbs only. I recommend you to only eat carbs all day, every day. That's my thing. It changed my life. That's pretty controversial, considering a lot of other people within the nutrition space are saying you want to have a well-balanced diet. So you want to cut any timestamp that is controversial, that's going to get people thinking and get them talking. Last but not least, in terms of types of content you want to cut timestamps for, are things that make you go, what? Things that make you pause. The things that make you pause. It's like, what the hell did I just watch? What is this? And that doesn't match with everybody's brand, but if it matches with yours, more power to you. Okie dokie. So the next thing is super important for not only my team, y'all better be watching this, so you better hit the like button, but also for everybody else who's joined from my audience, who's watching this video, how to write titles and captions for these types of short form content. Short form content, titles and captions are very different, muy diferente, than long form like posts and long form video. Short form content needs short captions and a short title. So if you're gonna do a title like on Reels, it has to be short. Like we're talking less than 7 letters. If you can hit 4 letters and be concise and brief, yes, that is what you want to do. The next thing is, it's great to have humor, especially for TikTok. If you're on YouTube Shorts and your content is just genuinely more serious, or more formal, the humor might not work. But we want your title to also be something that's eye-catching. A lot of times your title or caption will add so much to the video. Like, I know if I'm watching TikTok and there's a funny video, but then I read the caption, it just makes it 10 times funnier. Okay, the next thing is to capitalize. Capitalization does so much for a title. It's underrated, and we're talking full caps. So you want to fully capitalize at least 1 or 2 words, and these are going to be the words that pop. These are going to be the words that pop the most. So for example, if it's what we talked about, right person, wrong time, we're probably going to capitalize right, like capital R-I-G-H-T, and capital wrong, W-R-O-N-G, for that contrast. The next thing is you can definitely include a hashtag in the caption, not the title, but in the caption, where it can actually increase your searchability. So this is something where you either want to hashtag the name of your show. So if you're like a podcast host, you want to hashtag your show name, maybe your first name, if your personal brand, like you are someone who's wanting to gain in notoriety. And if you're still growing and starting from zero, you can still hashtag those things, but I highly recommend using a hashtag that is something that people are searching for. So something that's trending. This is very important, especially for my team. Listen up. You want to hashtag things that people are searching. The rule about hashtags is that they are basically communities. So you can have a community of keto vegans. And if you're keto vegan, you follow that hashtag and you learn all about what kind of food you can eat as a keto vegan, because that is hard AF. Or debt-free community. These are people who are on their debt-free journey, paying off their debt, but they want to still have motivation. They want their Instagram or social media to be a source of motivation for them. So debt-free community, you want to hashtag something like that. Alrighty friends, that is today's video. Go ahead and subscribe and comment any video requests and questions down below. Always, if you are interested in working with me, I do consultations where we can really help you level up your social media presence and even see if we'd be a good fit actually working together. Click the link in my description below and we can figure that out. With all that being said, follow me over on Instagram and remember, stay golden. Bye.